How's it going, everybody? It's Sean here, and I'm back today to give you guys a review of the Nike Air Force 1 Low by You in the Rick Owens inspired colorway. This is another pair that I created through the Nike by You, formerly known as Nike ID platform. These Air Force 1 Lows are not to be confused with the premium version, which I reviewed previously with the Dior colorway and the black Supreme Snakeskin colorway. So this one is more of the stripped down or basic model, which retailed for only $110 US or $145 here in Canada. At the end of the video, if you like what you see, I'm pretty sure these are still available to be made through the US or Canadian Nike by You websites. Diving back to the shoes, I gotta first off give full credit to the design of this shoe from a couple different sources. First off, Nike designer on Instagram, Max Sam. I believe he was the first person I saw on social media that posted this. And then a good friend of mine, John Cran, he made a pair for himself too. He wore them on feet and that just sold me. So a little backstory behind the inspiration behind this shoe. Back in 2006, before the Rick Owens Geo Basket was a thing, he released a high top sneaker that basically combined elements of Nike shoes, Adidas shoes, and Puma shoes. It had that trademark black and white look to it, but the most controversial aspect about the design of his shoe was that there was a variation of the Nike swoosh that they used on his shoe. Of course, the swoosh family wasn't too happy about that, and the word on the street is they sent him a cease and desist letter, which eventually led him to redesign the sneaker and name it the Geo Basket. So if you compare what people call the Rick Owens Dunk compared to these ones, you'll see a lot of strong similarities between the two. So between the date that I ordered it to when I actually received it, it took about 3.5 to 4 weeks. So I finally have them in person, and without further ado, let's jump straight into the review. So the base layer of the sneaker, as you can see on the toe box, I opted for a smooth black leather. We have the perforations running throughout, which is common across all your Air Force 1s. And then surrounding the outer edge of the toe box, here we have a smooth white leather. This white leather runs up where the eyelets of the sneaker are. And then on the mid panel of both sides of the shoe, here we have that black leather once again. And then overlaid on top, we have this white leather swoosh, which gives it a very nice contrast. Moving towards the back heel of the shoe, we have more of that smooth white leather. And then on the very back of the heel, we have black leather with Nike Air branding done in this capitalized font. As for the laces, I chose a white colored lace. And then underneath this, we have a black leather tongue with the Nike Air Force 1 tag at the top, done in a combination of black and white. We also have this white Air Force 1 Dubre hanging off the bottom of the laces as well. The inner liner of these Air Force 1s is lined in this black textile. And then pulling out the insole, these come with a black colored insole with Nike Air branding on the heel in white. So the upper of these Air Force 1s sits atop this natural translucent colored midsole. This gives off a very vintage look to the sneaker, which I actually really liked. Encapsulated within the midsole but not visible to the eye, we do have the Nike Air technology. And then flipping the shoe over to the bottom, here we have this semi-translucent light gum rubber outsole, which again adds to the whole vintage look of the sneaker. From a sizing standpoint, so I stuck true to size. My feet measures as a true size 10, slightly on the wider side, and I got these in a size 10. For most people, you probably want to go half size down for your Air Force 1s, but it's just a personal preference that I like sticking true to size for my pairs. One thing I gotta point out though is comparing this one to, for example, the premium Air Force 1s like the Dior and the black snakeskin, because those two pairs were lined in leather and this one is a much more padded textile. I feel like these ones run a little bit more snug than those ones, but at the end of the day, I'd still recommend sticking with your normal Air Force 1 size. Next up, in terms of comfort, so nothing too special here. This feels and fits exactly like most of my Air Force 1s, so they're a pretty heavy shoe. They're not that comfortable by any means, but they're gonna be okay for just casual use, but they're pretty brickish on the feet. Finally, from a quality standpoint, so this is the one area that I was a little bit disappointed in, especially because I got my Dior pair and the black snakeskin pairs first. When I finally got this in the mail, I was pretty let down by the quality. The leather they use on this one is night and day compared to the premium version, and the quality on this one is much more like the basic white on white Air Forces that you see sitting on shelves at Foot Locker. It has a very stiff and almost plastic-like feel to it, so keep this in mind if you do plan on ordering a basic Air Force 1 through the Nike by You platform, then the quality on the leather isn't that good. So with all that being said, now let's lace up these Rick Owens inspired Air Force 1s and I'll show you guys how these look on feet. This is one of those sneakers that I'm kind of split on the fence about. On one hand, visually speaking, it looks very, very nice. I love the whole vintage vibe of the sneaker. And I gotta say, for a custom sneaker that's made specifically for you, the price point is actually very reasonable as well. However, the quality does leave a lot to be desired. So as long as you go into buying this shoe knowing that it's gonna be more of a beater-like status as opposed to something really high quality and pristine that you take care of, then I think at the end of the day, you won't be disappointed. So let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think of these Rick Owens inspired Nike Air Force 1 by You. How do you guys feel about the look, the color, the design of this shoe? And is this something that you could see yourself rocking? If you guys like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Give me a follow on Instagram at esco8. Check out my Twitter at sean.go and visit my website at seango.ca. So until next time, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.